What'd you have for dinner tonight, Mike?
Nothing yet.
You gonna go fucking hunting down a honey badger or something for dinner?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, so you play Far Cry Primal for 2 days now, and all of a sudden you're the great hunter.
Yep.
You're the you're the
I'll fucking eat off the land.
you're the
I
great
don't need to call an order out.
you're the great white hunter.
How the fuck are you gonna be in primal days and fucking, oh, hey, I need to order a fucking Philly cheesesteak. Fucking, I'm not going to hunt tonight. I'm just gonna go call in and have it delivered. Hey, Caveman Delight?
Well, that sounds like something different.
Okay, and see the other thing, I've seen plenty of pictures where a fucking pterodactyl, who is a dinosaur, has picked up a caveman from running and trying to run away from
The
him.
things you are saying are asinine. You have not seen these things. I'm just kidding.
Yes, I have.
Just picking up.
But no, I know it can't, because I mean, I know that dinosaurs would be the dominant species. That's just fucking, but, okay, but not necessarily, dude. Because you look at it like this. Okay.
Dude, they would probably wipe us out today. like raptors and like all that, dude. I think after a while, I'm not saying it would happen overnight, Mike. I'm just saying after a while, we'd likely be extinct.
Yeah, they would. Of course,
and or right. Close to it, because the gene pool would get reduced to the point where humans would just be a worthless race anyway. Because dinosaurs would hunt us relentlessly, better than I think we'd hunt them. Okay, especially the average human too.
Okay, well, number one.
It's like
they're
saying
not going to come kicking in our doors. That's number one. Number two, we got bigger guns than they could ever think of that will penetrate down to their heart.
All right, yeah, I get it, but it's like I'm just saying this is now, right? It's debatable now, but back then, come on, the advantage is unreal.
No, you're absolutely right. No, you're right. Okay,
if it's even debatable remotely now, then back then it's safe to say that we'd be hunted to the point of extinction. I don't see how anybody could argue with that.
But it's easy to argue with it because just because they're a bigger and dominant species don't mean they're that smart. We just go by what people guesstimated what they were like back in the... You could have a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex and he'd be your fucking... He could be playing fetch with a stick. Not saying he did that, but you never know.
Okay, if you're a betting man, are you betting on the fact that your raptor was your pet friend, or that he used his viciously equipped talons and fucking killer instinct type of speed and muscle build? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure they know the type of behavior, Well, they don't know the type of behavior, but anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Answer that. How do you even know that the raptor was fast?
I'm not I mean, they can look at the muscles and look at the quick twitch muscle fibers it had, and the skeletal structure. I mean, I don't know. The point is, at the end of the day, nobody's seen a raptor move, but dude...
Even if it's still... Okay, no, that's right. Except for the people that did Far Cry, because they're very smart. They did all this shit to the T. There's like, if we went back in time right now, that's exactly how it would be.
I mean, like, if you want to bet on the caveman to the one caveman to survive the fucking dinosaur, I just think that's silly.
No, I'm not saying that.
Humans barely made it as it is with the difficulties we had to come up against,
Okay, I understand that, but everybody just think, well, not everybody, I don't know who thinks this, but you're saying dinosaurs would have, over time, made us extinct.
Our prehistoric ancestors would have been killed. They would have been hunted to the point of extinction had dinosaurs been around.
How do you know that?
Because, dude,
how do you know that?
Lucy was the first.
They weren't smart enough. That's what I'm saying. How do you know they weren't smart enough to protect themselves?
Because I've studied the tools and the lifestyles of our prehistoric ancestors. Alright, it wasn't impressive, Mike. We didn't start using tools until, like, right before the Neanderthal stage. So when we were, like, little fucking Homo erectus or whatever, little Lucy, the little small upright person that they found that was the link between some type of, whatever the type of ape is and the human skeleton they found. We were tiny little upright standing monkeys. We would have been hunted down like small children to the slaughter. Alright, it wouldn't have been a fight, it wouldn't have been a spear, we had no weapons, we were foragers, we weren't hunters. We were foragers, we were scavengers then, Mike. We were scavengers all the way up until... Yes, could they survive? You could argue that, but it's unlikely.
No,
I think it, you know.
You're not letting me get into my.
That's because you're playing devil's advocate and you're just doing the what if game. You're like a 5-year-old.
No, I'm asking questions. I don't care either way. I'm asking questions. That's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to ask you a simple question. How is it stated that they just automatically assume? Okay, I could be a fucking forager or whatever back in the prehistoric days and my brain's the size of a fucking pea, okay? But yet, if something is chasing me...
Right.
That is bigger than... Hold on, let me finish. That is bigger than a building. I can run into a cave that he cannot get into. Now, guess what? I'm safe.
You're playing the what if game. I get it. What if caveman runs into cave? I get it. He lives, Mike, yes, but for how long? A day, 2 days, he's got to come out. You know?
Right, and you actually think that fucking little pea-brained ass dinosaur is going to hang around that entire time instead of going out and finding other food?
Like I said, dominant species, it's a matter of time, man. It's a matter of time. There's a reason that humans came to dominate after dinosaurs.
We're just assuming
I mean, you can look at the records. You can look at the records in the Earth's core, or not in the Earth's core, but in the Earth's layers, dude. They can date that shit back. They rocked it, man. They were the dominant species around. There was nothing else.
But that still don't mean anything. But I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say.
I mean, if you look at the structure, if you look at their basically how they were built to survive, it's safe to say they were carnivores. You have carnivores and herbivores, and
everybody thinks that they're fucking like extreme fucking hunters, like nothing could beat them and this and that. Fuck that. Nobody knows how fucking smart them dinosaurs are. Nobody knows how the fuck them dinosaurs are. I don't give a fuck.
Here's what we do know.
20 million years and predate and this and that and the other thing.
Well, here's what we do know.
If you went back there, what do we know for a fact?
No humans around dinosaur time is what we know. And there's probably a correlation behind that. There's probably a correlation why little amoebas couldn't make it out of the water onto the land as humans. Not like that happened in one step.
That's not right. That's not 100%. They're still finding out shit today, like the stuff I watched on fucking the shit I told you about, and I don't remember the name of it, with the Hitler stuff.
Anyway, it all comes back to a pool. It all comes back to a pool full of things.
Okay, not Mythbusters, but Myth Hunters. Okay, they're still discovering shit that they're like, do you know that this changes the way we used to look at such and such? Okay, they could find some fucking pottery today, and they've done it, I've seen it, that will say, oh my god, these fucking people did thrive during the dinosaur era. How did they do that? Now we gotta figure this shit out.
Mike, I know you'd like to think things fluctuate that severely, but there's actually well-documented archaeological files. We know when things were alive. We know what dominated what eras. It's not a mystery. People have studied it for the last 100 years, digging this shit up. We know who was around and when they were around. We know we weren't around when they were around. And we know when we came around that our most dangerous predators... Mike, they've been digging into the earth over and over and over and over and over again. If they find one, then it's like probably a rarity. Or it was buried in a volcano. You see what I mean? Like these... There are hard testable facts here, and... There's a reason why we show up in a certain layer of the Earth's core and not in another layer that's miles deeper, or whatever. I don't know how archaeology works, but I do know the deeper you go, the older you go.
And right, but it also boils down to this too. Just because they haven't found it yet doesn't mean it's not there. There could be out of all
Mike, with that logic, dude, you could say anything, right? You could say, Beyonce could be the best boxer in the world because we've never seen her box. Justin could be the best breakdancer in the world because we've never seen him. You know, that with that kind of logic, anything you haven't seen could be something. You know what I'm saying? I forget what kind of logic that is, but it's erroneous logic. You know what I mean? It's poor logic to say that it could be because it hasn't been proven not. You know what I'm saying? Just because they haven't proven it incorrect doesn't mean you can say it is correct.
Okay, well,
you know?
number one,
I don't know.
well, number one, they haven't shown me unequivocal proof in anything I have ever seen in my entire life that would say that the dinosaurs were the dominant species. They're 100%, especially after the shit I've seen on the Discovery Channel, the Learning Channel, the History Channel, and all them other motherfucking channels, and the stuff I even watched today of the stuff that they're still discovering now in the 2015 era, 2013, 14, 15 era, that is making them think the way, like the civilization of Atlantis, the fucking the way.
What does that have to do with dinosaurs? What does Atlantis have to do with dinosaurs?
Okay, hold on. Because the Atlantis thing was after the dinosaurs. They're digging farther down, and they're, oh shit, we were fucked up. Maybe we can be fucked up about this. Okay, now if they dig a little farther, they might find out, oh my god, well, I know dinosaurs didn't create this pottery, so who made this fucking bowl that was around the dinosaur period?
I'm just saying, Mike, people have been looking for that for millions of years, and we found it in certain eras. I mean, just to say nobody hasn't found it doesn't mean it's there. You know, that's poor logic. Just to say that.
Not to say that it
just to
isn't
say.
Either, or, okay.
Yeah, but with that kind of logic, Mike, it doesn't. I don't know. It's just poor logic. It's like this could be this because nobody's proven it wrong. It's like sometimes you got to look at the scientific data and make scientific observations.
Okay.
If you dig up a hole 10 out of 10 times and it's that way 10 out of 10 times. And multiply this on a scale of 1,000 by a million, and it's.
But it's not.
Mike, humans date when humans came, and that is well documented. It's called anthropology.
Let me stop you right
and I
there.
suggest you study it if you're confused.
No, hold on. Let me stop you right here with the carbon dating shit. They've already proven that to not be 100% accurate anyway.
Carbon dating's one method. There's other forms of dating.
A lot of methods that they did to prove a lot of dating, okay, they proved carbon dating is not 100%, because that's what they did on some shit on that Myth Hunters thing I told you to look, because they were trying to say that this wasn't from here because it couldn't have been, because all the fucking history books in the world and all this other fuck shit that people said over the millions of years said couldn't happen. And there's no fucking way that this could possibly be from this era. Well, guess what? They found out, motherfucker, it was from this era. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Listen, they don't always use carbon dating. They have a bunch of methods to date things, Mike. Right. You know what I'm saying? Carbon dating is one method. When I studied anthropology, we studied all the type of dating. Listen, I've done my research on anthropology. If you don't believe that we have a well-documented record of how humans evolved over the years and when our species came into play, based off of digging in the ground, which, believe it or not, is possible, then it's a field called anthropology. And I suggest you do a little studying. But, like, I've done my research. I've seen the fossils. I've seen the excavation, images of the excavation sites. I've read the stuff. I've seen where the bones come from. And, I mean, it makes sense. You can stack all the skeletons up. There's like 40 of them, and you see it. And it's just, you see human, and then you see, and anyway, I've done my research. I believe it. It makes sense to me. I mean,
but
how do we know we're not going to cut open a human one day and find a little human in there working them? You know what I'm saying? So technically, we could all be being worked by little humans. You know what I'm?
See, that's just stupid.
But anyway,
is fucking dumb.
It's the type of logic of it's not just because it could happen doesn't mean that it's arguable.
Not that it could happen. It's happening. That's what you're failing to realize. All this stuff that you've studied and you know and you think you know and can't be changed, and stuff that's been well documented over thousands and millions of years is changing. That's what you're not hearing me. I'm saying what you believe right now. From when I believe.
Give an example, dude. You're saying a lot of like wonderful words. Give an example other than Atlantis, because Atlantis was always like a very poorly understood thing. Nobody knew where it was.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
like,
people know where it was. They just
what are you like? What are you really saying? Like,
Okay.
are you saying
Anyway.
humans weren't around when they said they were around? Like, what are you saying? I'm so lost, right? I'm so lost at what your grand point is.
Okay. Anyway.
Are you saying anthropology isn't a real science and that you don't believe in the when humans were around and dinosaurs, and you think it's all false and you think there is something else going on, and that the fossil records we have found are skewed or something's being hidden and maybe humans have been around for longer? Or I mean, it's fine if you think that, but I mean,
I've never assumed that or said that or thought
no,
that or
I know.
anything.
I'm just wondering what you're getting at with all this. Everything you know is everything you read in the books is false.
No,
Methods.
what I'm trying to explain to you, hold on, I'm not going to believe anything I read in the books anymore, because what I've watched over Myth Hunters, like I said, this is 100% fucking archaeologists going out there testing this shit, sending it here to be validated by UCLA and all this other fucking faggot fuck shit, okay? What I'm telling you now is that they are digging in sites right now, or, well, okay, this is 2016, when the fucking videos were being made that they're finding stuff now that changes the way they thought how the caveman really was, or how the fucking ancient Babylonians or whoever the fuck they were fucking really did this, or how these people did that, or that these things were really around at this time. That's what they're finding out on this. I'm telling you to fucking watch it. You don't have to listen to a fucking thing I'm saying. Netflix, I know you got it. It's called Myth Hunters. I think it's on Netflix or Amazon. It's on one of the two. The only two things I got. They're digging up pottery now.
Alright, I'll be right back.
That they're like... Kill all the goddamn case.
I wish my headset would reach all the way down there and I could wear it when I went to get my food.
Okay, now, what I'm saying, see, your logic of saying the what if is completely retarded compared to my logic of the what if.
No, I don't think it's retarded.
Hold on.
I don't.
Well, when you're saying we might
I just think it's a silly.
Hold on.
It's a silly thing to argue.
Somebody open one day
without
and
proof.
Find a little human running them inside. Okay, that's fucking stupid to say. Oh well, shit. We might dig in the right spot one day and find out that what the fuck humans did thrive during the Jurassic period. Okay, that's completely fucking different than fucking we're gonna cut.
I'm just saying one finding okay, doesn't beat millions of people's years of work. Not millions, but like combined if you added people up.
I'm not talking about one finding or 20 findings or a million.
You know, one versus the.
What I'm saying is this. All it takes is one for me to say all the shit that I learned growing up. You could have talked to me about this 5 years ago, and I would agree.
I mean, dude, just because somebody pulls some finding out of their ass, if it's just once and nobody can replicate it, then, okay. You know what I mean? If you can't.
Number one, when I'm sitting there taught my whole life in books that this is not possible, this could not fucking happen, this could not happen, this could not happen. This could not have happened at this time. This could not have happened at this time. And then shit, I'm sitting back in 2016 watching Netflix, and come to find out, guess what?
Oh, and
that shit could happen at this time.
Meanwhile, just so you know
what that means to me? That what I was taught doesn't mean a fucking thing.
Just so you know, this isn't the stuff.
Just think about it.
Just so you know, this isn't the stuff I read in books. I study chemistry and biology and a lot of, I mean, evolution I did study, but like, I study physics and chemistry, so this isn't my area of expertise. But I do understand fossils, I do understand the human anatomy, and I have seen the fossils, so I do get it. You know what I'm saying? And when you dig all of them up, and you have this, you keep replicating these results, and you date them, and I forget the dating methods, and you want to argue that maybe carbon dating isn't so accurate. And they're right. Carbon dating has a huge gap. But it is accurate within millions of years. So you trying to say that some show found that it was inaccurate, I'm not surprised. But in ranges, they're relatively accurate for the big picture, like knowing when dinosaurs were versus humans. You know, so, I don't know. I believe in the mounds of statistical data, like the replicable results that people have produced over the years. And I also love these crazy shows where people find this one blue shot and you know, this blue chip of science.
Just one person, though. That's what I'm saying. It's not just one person. You haven't watched the show, so you can't say.
But anyway, I don't know like what specific point you're talking about. I'm sure they found something really cool. I don't even know what you're.
Okay,
what the show's about.
Now is the fact.
I'm sure it's real
about everything. Though. It's all kinds of shit. It goes from fucking prehistoric to fucking Hitler. It's everything. It's myths. Like, if you didn't believe... Okay, the myth about, was fucking Hitler really looking for the Spear of Destiny? Well, it's going to take you through the fucking him looking for the Spear of Destiny.
He was kind of nuts, so I believe it. He was a crazy cocksucker.
Okay, but what I'm saying is this. There is no definitive proof that says humans could not thrive or live in the Jurassic area. Because... you don't know, nobody knows for 100% how the fuck dinosaurs were. Just because they had those fucking teeth for fucking shredding meat does not mean they were fucking meat eaters. They don't know for sure. Now, some, like, oh shit, what was the name of that fucking dinosaur that they found entirely whole? Leonardo or some shit like that, they named him some shit like that, Leo or some fucking thing. It was a brontosaurus that they found completely whole, still with the organs inside. Okay, that they thought was a fucking meat eater, or a plant eater, had a little bit of meat in his stomach. Okay, so they don't know for sure how fucking anything really was.
Okay, and do you know how I would dispute that argument of, well, we don't know what it was, so we can't say. You know how I would dispute this is, I would say we've never found any evidence of a human fossil, ever. And that's a 60 million year gap. So I don't care about your knock on carbon dating accuracy. 60 million years isn't a slip up. That's going to hold up. And I challenge you to bring me the studies that says, oh, all the carbon dating in human history is wrong and humans are this old. Because so far humans are only 250,000 years old. That's what I believe. And that's what the files have shown. I mean, that's what these guys go out and they dig it up. And could there be some underlying, thing? Sure. Could my dick drop to the floor tomorrow? And could I wrap it around a hooker's neck and choke her? I sure could. You know, that could happen. And an alternate,
No, that couldn't happen.
You know, there's a lot of things that could happen, but I don't know. I hate to be an advocate.
I'm coming to Vermont. I'm going to Vermont, and I'm going to eat some of that Philly cheesesteak, too. Your dick drops to the ground tomorrow.
But yeah, so, I know humans weren't around. And I know a lot of the animals, because in anthropology, we studied after dinosaurs went down, it gave rise to this insane new variety and diversity of animals, right? Because all of a sudden you knocked out the kingpin. That really happened. They found they found the fossil records of like all these species, amoebas and all this stuff, protozoas developing insane after dinosaurs went extinct. So they left open a gap. That kind of leads you to believe that they were the ones with their thumb on the fucking button. You know what I'm saying? The dinosaurs were the one holding down evolution, basically, because once they left, evolution took off. Evolution just went crazy. If you look at the records, I mean, species just started going one over the other. I mean, all you gotta do is look at one of those evolution trees that shows the species at the bottom and then all the branches as they diverge and digress through the millions of years. And that kind of leads you to believe that dinosaurs were suppressing that kind of evolution. It makes me believe it. Is it true that they were running around and dominating every other species and killing monkeys? Because there were no monkeys back then. There were no nothings back. Well, I don't know that for a fact, but I know there weren't monkeys back then, and I know there weren't like deer and gazelle and the kind of animals we have now. Because I know they developed for more primitive. They developed for more primitive species, like probably around or before the time we developed. But anyway. So that's my argument behind why I think dinosaurs would have wiped this out. Because once they left, evolution seemed to really take off.
Oh, it's not 100% until they can 100% it with me. I don't know.
I mean, you don't think that's interesting though, that the extinction of dinosaurs gave rise to all these new species? And that is something you can look up, my friend. You don't have to take my word for that.
Look what happened after the dinosaurs, though. That really isn't explaining shit. Okay, the Big Bang. That fucking is what took out the dinosaurs. Nothing else, nothing more. Now there's nothing left except for some dust. So if you can't overcome some fucking dust, we should have stayed in the fucking water.
And that's what happened. And we all took off. But before that, so there was nothing around. There were no monkeys, there were no humans. It was, evolution really didn't go nuts until after the dinosaurs stopped being around. And then yes, you're right, it was like starting with a fresh slate. And there was no dominant species. So how do we know that humans weren't around and dinosaurs didn't come and wipe them out? Well, because we didn't find fossil records of humans that far down there with the dinosaurs.
Well, there was definitely fucking humans around. Well, I'm not gonna say humans around. There was some kind of fucking humanoid thing in that fucking era. I don't give a damn.
I'll believe it when I see it. Or like, I don't know. Well,
I'm not gonna say that there was fucking even caveman human people.
It's such a wide gap that I don't think that's possible because it's too wide of a gap. Nobody's ever found any type of humanoid that far down, dude. Or even a monkey, or even an ancestor. Like I said, humans are 250,000 years old. And that's why what the Bible says is bullshit.
Fucking dinosaurs, the fucking dinosaurs could have fucking... And see, that's the other thing that thing's proven, that not all the stuff in the Bible that the Bible was talking about. They've been showing stuff about, like, they tried to prove the ark. They still ain't found that. But what did they find that proved the Bible shit was true? Oh, fucking chariots at the bottom of the fucking. Oh goddamn! What is that thing? The Red Sea.
That doesn't mean anything to me. What does that mean?
Okay, well, Moses supposedly parted the Red Sea and then let the fucking waves come back on fucking the bad guys or whatever. Well, these people went diving and they went down fucking deep and found chariots. Like old fucking style chariots that would be from those days. You could just tell that they were back from then and they're just like petrified or some shit. Why the fuck would there be a chariot at the bottom of the thing? Now, I'm not saying it's 100%. That somebody could have fucking fell off a boat.
Sounds like bullshit to me.
Okay, it could have fell off a boat. But they've already, you know, dated the fucking pieces of it or something, and it goes back as far as... I forgot what they said. But anyway, stuff they done proved, man. So, like I said, they've done proved some of the shit in the Bibles, too. Just by what they found.
I mean, how do you know some fanatic didn't go and take a really old piece of history and go out there and dump that shit out there? I mean, you really can't rule that out, that some fanatic would go and do that.
Well, because of the way the build-up is on it, they said...
How do you know it's not a hoax, is what I'm getting at. You don't. There's no proof that it's not a hoax.
Okay. Because...
You see, I'm using your argument against you. Do you like that? There's no proof it's not a hoax. So how do we know it's not a hoax?
There is. That's what I'm trying to explain. But you won't let me. The build-up from the actual sea life that's on this thing is what says that, you know, basically it just couldn't have came from anywhere within the... It couldn't have came from anywhere within the last 1,000 years. Put it like that. With the build-up that's on it.
Well, Jesus was supposed to be around 36 or something.
Yeah.
BC. Or
well,
actually,
I'm not talking about Jesus. I'm not talking about Jesus.
I meant Moses.
I'm talking about Moses. Moses, that was, yeah, like 2000 BC or 4000. I don't remember, something BC. But yeah, they found that. Then what's the...
Well, anyway, a chariot that is 1,000 year old, you know, it'd have to be older than 1,000 years is the point I'm getting at.
Damn, man, I'm trying to think of what...
Sounds weird. They found some chariot under somewhere under the water, like pulling up a dirty clump in your bathtub.
What the fuck?
I mean, is there any proof that something like that would last that long in the ocean? I mean,
petrified wood, yeah.
The Titanic is fucking rotting away.
Hold on, listen. Under certain conditions, very certain conditions, some petrified wood can last hundreds of thousands of years underwater, with the right temperature, because they're finding wood today from like Fargo that they actually use. They go down there and get it and like mill it. They did that on
I'm just saying, like,
show on the Discovery Channel, like How It's Made or something, that there's actually a company that goes to this place where it's, you remember how those logging mills used to send those, all the logs downriver and shit, and they used to get funneled into a mill, you know what I'm talking about? Like, back, I don't know how long ago that would be, but however long ago that was.
Wait, what?
Well, not all the logs, okay, like if me and you were lumberjacks, and I guess they'd throw the fucking logs into the river, and the river would carry them downstream to the mill or something. Okay, well, some of those logs, not all those logs made it. Some of them would sink. Well, them sunk logs is what these people are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for, bro. These motherfuckers are going down there, getting them, bringing them up, making tables and chairs and all this shit out of them because of the quality of the wood and the way it looks. It's like it's like an awesome look to the wood and how it's cool that it's not rotted. It wouldn't rot at all. It would never rot. It could stay down forever and it would not fucking rot. Because of the way it got petrified or some shit like that. I don't know exactly what some of it. Yeah, they found a lot of stuff on that show. And then there's this other thing on, this is on Amazon called, Urban Legends. Shit was funny, Urban Legends. How the fuck? Okay, there's 4 seasons of this. So the first season's 6 episodes, second season 6 episodes. First season, you're gonna have questions. Like every commercial break, you're gonna have a question like, did a cop that didn't have enough money for a tip for a waitress, did he really give her a lottery ticket or split his winnings from a lottery ticket with her or some shit like that? Did this really happen? Well, it did, and they made a movie out of it with Nicolas Cage and Bridget Fonda and all this other shit. But the point is, it really happened. Now, in season 3, they're actually gonna do the fucking thing. Like, show the fucking skit or whatever. The first 2 seasons, 2.5 seasons, were good. After that, they just started repeating the questions from the first ones. But Myth Hunters was cool all the way through. I wish they'd had more episodes of it, but I watched them all. They had all kinds of shit about Hitler and what's his face, the special animal. Hydrick Kimmel and all this other shit.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if they were, you know, searching for whatever kind of fucking piece of religious lore they were trying to obtain. Them dudes are nuts. And terribly ill-qualified to be in the positions they were in. So the bread from this place is supposed to be homemade and it actually tastes really good.
Damn, I just fucking missed my goddamn.
You know what I do know, Mike? Is if your ass and a raptor were stuck.
See, that's the other
in
thing.
a bedroom
Nowadays,
together,
I don't see that
I
shit.
bet that thing will eat your dick off.
Dude, number one, I got a crossbow and
No,
a couple guns.
no.
Otherwise. No.
This is primitive days.
No.
You have a spear with a rock lash to it, and that is all you get.
In my room? Okay, well, I'm gonna hide in the closet and stab him through the fucking door.
I'd like to see that.
See, that's the thing. People think that they were these awesome hunters. How the fuck are you gonna sit there and tell me what type of eyesight this motherfucking 90 billion year old animal fucking had? I believe that he had good eyesight. I do believe that they were fucking fast because their bones were hollow and full of air sacs like a bird or whatever the fuck. Okay, I believe all that shit. But you're not gonna fucking tell me you know exactly what this motherfucker ate. You're not gonna sit now. You can tell me what his diet might have consisted of, but you ain't gonna say definitively what the fuck he ate because, bitch, unless you were standing next to him when he ate, motherfucker, you don't know. Because I was told this whole time brontosauruses got extended necks because they're vegetarians and they can reach the vegetative fucking things high up in the trees. Bullshit. Leonardo, they found meat in his motherfucking stomach. That was the best well-preserved dinosaur fossil they have ever found to date, and it was found in 91 or 92. I was in jail in the hospital watching that on the Discovery Channel when I seen it. They were doing a fucking special on fucking prehistoric type shit. And they were showing that, how this dude, and it was found in the 1800s. The fossil was found in the 1800s, still the best fossil found to date. The best complete fossil found to date.
Well, I think what they're trying to say is that most of them were, they probably suggested that it was likely a herbivore. And it could have been, but it could have been a herbivore that also scavenged meat. You know? So it could have been an omnivore, which is what we are. So I don't think beating them up over the neck is long, so it probably ate veggies thing is wrong. I think that's probably a good assessment. I bet those motherfuckers with long necks did eat veggies up top in the trees.
I bet they probably did too, but that's not good enough to sit there and say for the entire time I was raised, these motherfuckers didn't eat nothing but fucking, and every time you see them in the book, they're being pet by fucking cavemen and all this other shit because they're so gentle because they were fucking vegetarians. That motherfucker it's got meat in his fucking stomach. That means he could have bit your motherfucking head off. That's
what makes you think a caveman was hanging around petting one of these things?
Because it was in a coloring book I had. But no, what I'm saying is there's like, and even with the raptor, oh, it's got fucking eyesight to do this. You can tell me an eagle has brilliant eyesight and can see from thousands of miles away. Why? Because you can go outside, well, not my house, but some people's houses, and you know what you can do? You can catch you a motherfucking eagle. And you know what? You can dissect that shit and put its eye up to your eye and look through it and see how far you can fucking see.
Oh, is that how it works, Mike?
Yes. That's how. So, you ain't got no real raptor eye to put up to your eye to say, hey, this motherfucker right here is fucking can see for miles. No, you can't do that. Because why? There's no live raptors to get a live raptor eye from. But is there an eagle eye? Yeah, I'd rather be called eagle eye than raptor eye.
Well, listen. We do know that they had eye sockets. So it's likely they had eyes.
Eye sockets, so that means they fucking had brilliant eyesight.
No. That's not where I'm going with this. I'm just saying. So we know that they can see.
Right. Of course.
And is it really a big distinguishment between brilliant and just seeing? I mean, a shark, you make the argument about the eyesight. Well, if you look at the eyesight of a shark or an alligator, you could say, well, maybe their eyesight isn't so good because their eyes are in a similar position to
their eyesight.
But on the contrary, you wouldn't jump in the water and fuck around and make a shark miss like a matador, and you wouldn't do that with an alligator in a swamp. All right, you wouldn't take that risk against their eyesight because they would probably bite your fucking shit off. Just like you probably wouldn't take the risk with a raptor. So, does it matter if his vision is super acute? Does it matter? No, because I'm not fucking with it. Because he can probably see.
Exactly.
Because he's got eyes, and that's what I care about.
Right, exactly. But how are you going to sit there and definitively say, scientifically, unequivocally, that this motherfucker had the best eyesight out of any predator?
Who's saying that?
They fucking all of the motherfucking scientists get to say that about the fucking raptor.
Well, I'm not
a fucking predator and pack hunter and.
I'm not an archaeologist, man. So
you're not. That's what I'm talking about. How the fuck can you say that definitively about anything? You can't. You can assume a lot about a lot of shit. You can assume a lot of shit. Oh shit.
I mean, how do you know that they didn't, find some chemical?
I don't know they didn't.
Associated,
I don't know that they didn't. I don't know that the raptors didn't have the best fucking eyesight out of anything ever living. but neither they can't say they do, and I can't say they don't. I can say they had eyes, and I wouldn't fuck with them because they'd eat me anyway. I can say that.
Like I said, I don't know anything about raptors or dinosaurs because I have never researched raptors or dinosaurs, so.
Hey, I know everything. I had a dinosaur blanket when I was a kid. Okay, I had a dinosaur blanket. It had the Triceratops, the Brontosaurus, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Triceratops, and another one, I think.
Dildosaurus?
Nah. Did you just say the Dildosaurus, bitch?
Yeah.
You fucking asshole.
And you took it like a serious dinosaur.
I was like, nah.
No, not the Dildosaurus.
Say the Dildosaurus, you faggot bitch.
Controller disconnected, that's not cool.
I'm looking for a young, ashen-haired woman. See anyone like that?
Did I ever? Remember it as if it were yesterday. As soon as I woke, I went to empty my bowels. My favourite part of the day. Defecating to the sunrise, downright glorious. Suddenly, heard a bang, so loud it couldn't have been me. And that lass appeared, out of nowhere. Young, ashen hair, just like you said. Wounded, panting to boot. She raced off towards the children's house. Quick as if the crones were after her. I yelled some unpleasantries. She disturbed my morning. Sadly, I'd lost my voice, so I don't think she heard me.
What do you know about the crones?
It is this forest. Cruel, vindictive, not to be crossed.
What if someone does cross them?
Might take his voice, might take his life. Depends on their whim. They're nasty. Although, they care for this land and its folk in their own way. Supposedly, they always keep their word. You must be careful what you ask them. Won't find them until they want to be found. See them until they want to be seen. But remember, they see and hear all that happens in the mire.
She ran off toward the orphanage. Kids could know something, or the old woman who takes care of them.
That old hag don't speak to strangers, and you're a stranger.
Will she talk to you?
I have spoken to her, got my ways. So be it. You helped me and I'm no Barton. Come with me.
Watch out!
Because that's all they're saying about fucking, when anytime they're at an archaeological site, and these are top archaeologists of the world and shit, like from England and over here and shit. They all say what we do and what we try to, and the answers we give is just a guesstimate of what it could have possibly been like. What we try to do is give, to our best of our ability, the facts that we are presented with.
Yeah, right, but Mike, within millions of years,
100%.
Mike, a 60 million year gap, come on. That's not a slip up. If 100 people out of 100 people find it to be that significant of a gap, or within it, you know, within some reasonable range, then it's likely around that time frame, and we can assume it. That's what my point is.
The other thing about the carbon dating thing is, it's not just one thing. It's when you say you're an expert in, I don't fucking know, language, like you know exactly what languages are from what do you call it? From back in those certain days or whatever, you know what language was then, to where if you see something you can say, hey, this is the language from whatever, okay? You're that expert. Now, I'm the language in the material that whatever that language was used on. Now, there's another one of our homeboys who's the expert in the actual things that made, like, because we didn't have no fucking ink. It was all engraving or carvings or whatever. Or, you know, I'm talking about chiseled and shit. That can tell, okay, well, this was made with this kind of tool that was available on this day. Okay? Yes, people can copy, because there was a lot of that too, that somebody claimed to have, they claimed to have some fucking type of stone or something, that it was the cross that, this was true, okay, the, King Arthur, okay, about him, they were trying to find his body, because they wanted to, you know, honor his bones or whatever. Well, they found a cross. Oh no, they did find this out to be fake. That's what it was. One or the other, I don't remember. Anyway, they dated the language, which was supposed to be at his time. They dated the fucking, all this stuff that was supposed to be at his time, but the carbon dating said it could not possibly fucking whatsoever be from this time. All these experts says that it was from this time, but the carbon dating said it wasn't from this time. We'll come to find out carbon dating was fucking wrong, so they did it with some other things. And that's when they started realizing that carbon dating 100% on everything. Now, some stuff it is, well, not 100% on anything, but it's more favorable than not on certain other things. But some of the stuff they were showing, like...
It sounds like they were looking for something... Oh, they were looking for a test with a little bit better acuity.
No, they weren't.
As in, they wanted something that could date a little bit more accurately than carbon dating's capable of doing. Is what it kind of sounds like. It seems like they got something that just didn't wrap up. It didn't, you know, I'm sure the carbon dating said it was older or whatever, and, you know, it was probably off.
That old.
Yeah, well, either way, I'm sure there was a discrepancy, and I'm sure they were looking for something more accurate, so the test probably wasn't accurate enough. I don't think the test is flawed itself. I think they understand the limits of the test by now. I mean, when I studied it, we understood that there were limitations to carbon dating. That's how we learned it, that it wasn't perfect. And that you had to combine it with a variety of other methods of testing. The methods of dating. There was like 7 methods of dating that we studied in Intro to Anthropology. Which doesn't mean anything, but I'm just telling you, there's a whole shit ton of methods that chemically we have of fucking doing various, you know. None that I can tell you any about, though. That shit's boring to me. I mean, it's not boring, it's just not something I'd want to do with my life. I'd rather read the articles in Time magazine, you know, or watch the thing on Discovery Channel.
Listen,
You got your voice back.
I did, though I seem to have lost an octave somewhere in the process. I shall look for it when I get home.
You're not allowed here, Johnny. You shouldn't have come.
Calm down, Gran. Don't get angry. It's not good for you.
The woman I asked about earlier.
Forgive me, Gran, but this fellow absolutely must talk to the ladies.
No, she's not allowed.
Please, it's important.
The fellow will be quiet. Gran, please hear me out. I found little Yagna when she got lost, did I not? Did I break Ginny's fever too? I did. I ask anything in return? No. Didn't even fuss about my stolen voice. Well, now I want something. Gran, help this fellow. Because otherwise he'll pester me day and night, even during potty time. His lass is missing. Perhaps the ladies can help find her, eh?
Well, since you put it that way, Johnny, I'll help him. Come with me.
This part of the game is so fucked up.
Johnny's a good lad, though the ladies don't like him. No, foul creature, they say. Don't like him.
Who are the women in the tapestry?
Those are the ladies. Ladies lovely, with power over all. Beseech I thee, answer my call. Before you a worm crawls, wretched and small.
How dare you disturb our rest, woman?
I'm looking for the woman with ashen hair. I know you met her. Where is she?
Oh, he's impatient. Perhaps he only likes ashen-haired girls.
The young woman. She's my daughter by choice. I raised her.
If she's shapely, what does it matter?
Matters to me.
I believe we've hit a nerve. He's bubbling like well-fed yeast. Oh, that's how I like him.
Bubbling like well-fed yeast. That's gross.
It's clear you met her. Tell me everything.
That was blunt.
Bubbling yeast.
Perhaps it's for the best. Tell me, have you got bollocks? Do you fear woodland beasts?
Oh, hard times are upon us, white-haired one. Brother has turned against brother. The land is soaked in blood. Evil reigns stronger than ever before.
A dark power has surfaced near Downwarren. It feeds on hatred and disdain.
What kind of weapons do you have in that game?
And we may be grateful till you all we know about this ashen-haired maid.
Dark power? You need a knight errant or a witch hunter, not a witcher.
The alderman of Downwarren will tell you all. Remember to collect payment from him after you complete your task. And now our servant will bring you the dagger.
I'll talk to the alderman, but I can't promise anything.
Move, woman! Give the young man the dagger.
And you, White One, return only once you've completed the task.
All I'm saying, motherfucker, is this. That they're finding stuff
Oh, you mistress,
now.
right. On me way. Dagger. Gotta bring the dagger.
Rowdy, come on! Come on!
The dagger. For you.
Come on!
Ladies told me to give it you. Here it is. The dagger. Place the alderman's payment on the stone. Stone bear, stone shear, stone nose, stone ears.
Okay. You there, motherfucker?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm here.
All I'm saying is that they found stuff within the last 3 years. I think that's when they were doing the shows. That has made them change the way they believe. Hold on. How do I want to say this? Change the way they thought something was, or something. I'm trying to put it into words like they did.
No, and I met a girl when I was 18 that changed the way I fucked. So, there's a piece of information.
Okay. Well, they found enough stuff that changed the way they thought about a lot of things. Okay. One was about what civilization?
Oh, I believe it, but I also believe in. I mean, the reason they find this change is because of science, you know.
Okay. I'm not denying science whatsoever. What I'm saying is it's not always 100%. Like, they might fucking finally hit the sweet spot tomorrow, and I know it's a what if, but I'm just saying it's a better what if than fucking we might cut somebody open tomorrow and figure out a little humans working them from the inside. That they're gonna find, well, you know what? Humans were alive when the dinosaurs were around, but they didn't thrive. They were hunted. They lived in fear.
I mean, what kind of evidence or proof, though? There's, you know,
I have heard that too.
I'd need evidence or proof because it's too big of a gap. It's just too big of a gap.
But see, the gap you're going by, what gap are you going by? What scientists made right? Basically what they found to be correct so far. That's what you're going by. What I'm saying is this, that they've changed, not that specifically, so I'm not saying that. They haven't changed that. But there's other stuff
I don't care what you're saying. It doesn't change. Just because you heard or saw something about one faulty carbon dating test, Mike, it doesn't apply to everything else. I hate to tell you, but
I'm not even concerned with the carbon dating. What I'm saying is,
I mean, you can't disprove those.
Okay, well,
records.
You can't say 100%. Okay, there was no
you
fucking
can't disprove
humans
it.
Around the fucking.
I could say it's unlikely, and that's where I can leave the case at. And until it's proved otherwise, then what's the, you know what I mean? You can argue a lot of things.
And I can roll with that.
I can tell you that we know there's no fossils we found that date back there. I can tell you we know what we have found back there, and it's not humans. And until we find a human, it's probably unlikely to think there ever was one. But, you know.
Well, that's...
I know you have a wonderful kid. I know you have a wonderful kid-like sense of imagination.
Show me what.
And it gets out of hand and runs amok at times. And this is one of those cases. No, I'm just picking on you.
No, but it's the thing. I'm not saying there wasn't. I'm not saying there wasn't. But what I'm saying is stuff gets changed every fucking day. I'm not going to believe that there wasn't because it's just...
Yeah, that Moses thing does sound like a hoax, so...
No, but that's the thing. It wasn't. They've dated, like... They did everything they could possibly date and all this other shit. I don't fucking know, dude. That was over a month ago I watched that shit.
No, that's not. I was gonna ask something different actually, but then I was like, never mind. Then.
God damn. Okay. But no, I'm not saying that they're not 100%. Son of a bitch. What I'm saying is this, and I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck. I really did.
That there's a chance, yeah, of course there's a chance.
No, not like that. It was the way I was gonna say it. I'm retarded.
Oh no, are you fucking kidding me? Oh shit.